All right, hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep again today. And this one came from you guys.
Oh, is this from one of the comments?
Yeah. You remember that video we did on, like the whole spectrum of autism experience?
Mm-hmm.
So we got this comment, and it really got us thinking about, like, how often people get autism wrong.
It can be tricky. It's not always obvious.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, the big thing is autism isn't, like, one size fits all, right?
Right, exactly. And that's what's so important about understanding autism spectrum disorder. It's really in the name spectrum. Like it means there's a huge range of how it shows up.
Mm.
Different symptoms, different abilities, all under that one umbrella.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, some people think of autism and they just think, oh, trouble with like social stuff. But it's way more than that.
It's way more nuanced than that.
Way more. It can be, yeah, difficulty with social interaction, but also things like, repetitive behaviors or being super sensitive to sensory stuff.
Yeah, the sensory stuff is huge.
Huge. And then, some people on the spectrum have a tough time with executive functioning, which is like, planning and organizing things.
Yeah, the mental organization.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing that might surprise some people. Some autistic individuals have incredible social skills.
Yeah. And this is where our commenters' perspective kind of comes in.
Mm.
So they were really insistent that everyone on the spectrum struggles with social skills.
Oh, interesting.
And they were using, like, their own experience as the example. They even mentioned, like, being level 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they felt like our video was, not accurate because we talked about how some autistic people are really socially adept.
I see. So they were kind of using their own experience as the only valid experience of autism,
Right, exactly.
which is kind of what we're talking about here, right? This idea that there's like a hierarchy of autism.
It's like they were looking for, like, a poster child or a mascot for autism, and anyone who doesn't fit that image is somehow, like, less autistic.
Yeah, and that's a really harmful way to look at it.
Yeah. Why is that harmful?
Well, it's harmful because it can lead to some real misunderstandings and, people's needs not being met. Like think about it. Someone who's autistic but really good socially,
Hmm.
they might still struggle with like sensory overload at a concert or have trouble getting organized for, work or school.
Right.
But if we just focus on the social aspect, like we might miss all those other things that are really important for them to thrive.
So I guess what I'm wondering is, like, how does understanding the spectrum, the whole range of experiences, how does that change the way we interact with and support autistic individuals?
Well, imagine you meet someone new and you learn they're autistic, right? Now, if you understand the spectrum, you won't just jump to conclusions.
You'll be more open-minded.
Exactly. You'll be more open-minded, you'll be curious. You might be surprised by, their talents, their insights. You wouldn't have expected those things if you just stuck with stereotypes.
Yeah, that's so true. It's about seeing the person, not just the label.
Exactly.
But, something we can't overlook is this thing called masking.
Oh, yes. Masking. This is where things get really interesting and sometimes really tough.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
It is. So masking is basically when an autistic person learns to hide their autistic traits,
Yeah.
to kind of blend in.
Fit in.
Yeah, fit in. So they might, not stim as much or force themselves to make eye contact, even if it's like physically uncomfortable for them. And it can be so exhausting. It can even lead to like misdiagnosis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're not presenting in the, the typical way.
So someone who masks really well might not even get the support they need because they don't seem autistic enough.
Exactly.
Which kind of brings us back to that core idea that every autistic person is unique. You can't compare experiences on some, made-up scale of, like, who's more autistic or less autistic.
Yeah, and the comment we were talking about, the source material, it actually said something really beautiful about this. It said, instead of focusing on who is more autistic or less autistic, let's focus on understanding and supporting each other.
That's really powerful.
It is.
So I think, the big takeaway here is, like, empathy and understanding. Those are the keys to making the world a better place for autistic people.
I agree.
And, it makes me wonder, like, how does the way society sees autism, how does that affect the way autistic people see themselves?
That's a really profound question.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it is. It makes you think, doesn't it? How much of who we are comes from, how other people see us.
A lot, probably.
Yeah, probably a lot. Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. All right, well, thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.